Hello. How are you doing? This is Angie. And so, some interesting things have happened. I know I have spoken to many of you about the upcoming Mastering Your Market series that I have created. And the tech gremlins have got me. And so, you know, as a woman in business, we make pivots, we make adjustments, we do what we can with what we have. And so this is a prime example of this. So this is actually a virtual sales letter. So if you've never created one or have never experienced one, here you go. So this is actually supposed to be a landing page. But the tech rem, I decided I am not spending any more hours on the tech. I don't know what's going on. And at this point, doesn't matter. So, so I'm going to be walking you through this virtual sales letter, probably in a way you have never experienced before. But this is just how we roll as a woman in business. So I don't know about you, but I've sat at my computer or my desk many times going, oh, I don't know. Like, what is happening? I don't know what is happening. Have you ever experienced that? Um, I definitely have. And, and so this is very common, I will say, amongst women in business, at least the women in business who I spoke to, and virtual assistants. So this is something that is, I will say, new to me, but I realized that this particular offer is very much in line with how virtual assistants support women in business. And so I thought, if I open this up to women in business and virtual assistants, it's going to be a win-win for everyone. So hang on, I've got some frequently asked questions because I think I know one of the questions that just popped in your mind. Hang with me, and I'm going to answer that question here very soon. So, or maybe you have made these comments to yourself. It's like, I am posting, I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to do. I'm getting likes and impressions, but no one's buying. Like, what is going on? Have you ever felt that way? I definitely know I have, or how about this one? When is my next sale coming? And that is a reality for many women in business. And you've tried things, you have learned from the experts, and it just doesn't seem like anything's working. um, you're in very good company, because if women in business are being honest, we all have at some point in time or another. But there's so much good news associated with this, is it's not us. And I don't know about you, but that makes me super, super happy. It's not your posting, it's not your scheduling, it's not any of all any of those types of things. It's um, understanding how and why your market buys. And it's because there's a disconnect between what you're saying and what they're saying or what they're thinking. And so the result becomes, no matter how polished your messages are, no matter how much you're consistently posting and all of those types of things, it is because of the messaging, the language disconnect. So think about if you've ever traveled to another country, and and you only know a couple of the popular words, like donde el baño, like where's the bathroom in Spanish, but that's all you know. It makes it very hard to communicate, right? It's like, I know a couple of words, but that's all that I know. And so it's that same concept. And so your buyers actually have their own language. And it really is like learning a second language. But once again, the good news is I'm going to show you exactly how you can extrapolate their own words. So hang on, it is coming. So here's the solution, and it's mastering your market. When you learn it, then you speak it, and it becomes so easy to sell it. You are using the exact words that your buyers are using They are drawn to you like a moth to a flame. They are so attracted to you and your brand and your offer because you are speaking their language. They're like, she gets me, she understands me. And oh my gosh, I have never connected with a woman, in business who truly is speaking my language, and understands me to the depth that she does. And so that's where the magic happens. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So I've created this 4-part and it's quarterly workshop series, and it's designed to teach you one critical skill. You don't have to master 25 different steps. It's not about that, but it's one critical skill that will change literally everything in your business. And I guarantee it. So just a couple of things. It's not going to be one size fits all garbage. It's not going to be templates it's not copy and paste. It's not try my proven formula, it works for everyone. And the best part about this is there is no wasted time, none. Because I don't know about you, but I know I don't have any time to waste. And I'm pretty confident you don't either. So this is about market research that is very specific to your buyers. And I'm going to show you a way to do market research that I guarantee you've never seen before and you've never learned before. I'm going to show you how to extrapolate that exact language that your buyers are speaking that speaks directly to them, and you're literally using their own words, okay? Because it's not about what we think, or it's not about how we say it. That doesn't matter. What matters is that we're speaking directly to our buyers. That's what matters. So, and we're going to have an opportunity for immediate implementation, because once again, I don't know about you, but I have attended so many trainings where I've sat through them, and some of them have been for multiple days, and I gather all this information and I take all these notes, and when the training's over, it's done. I never circle back to it. I have a tub full of notebooks because I'm a pen and paper girl. I love to take notes, and that's how I learn best. I have a tub of those that I have never ever circled back to. That's going to change. Okay. This one's going to be different because the goal is for you to experience real results based on your efforts. So once again, there's no wasted time. There's no wasted efforts. All right. So let's just run through. You might be thinking, well, I don't know if this really pertains to me or not. Well, let's find out. So are you running a business? And are you just tired of creating content and putting content out there, or guiding your virtual assistant to create content and newsletters and videos and all the things, but it's not converting? You're not getting bringing in the paying clients that you desire. And so if you've got some proven expertise and you've had clients along the way, doesn't mean you've had to have, I've had almost 1,000 women in business that I've served over the last 13 years. You don't have to have that many, but even if it's just a couple, if you have real clients that you've served, and you know that you can produce real results, and you just need to fine tune the messaging to reflect that, you're in the right space. And for the virtual assistants out there, do you handle the content creation? But instead of, because I want you to think about this, and if you have a virtual assistant, you'll know exactly what I mean. How much time do you spend going back and forth with the business owner and the virtual assistant, getting approvals for content, and especially while they're trying to learn your brand and your brand voice and all of those types of things? And so a little bit of pro tip here is your brand voice is actually not your voice. It's your buyer's voice. And that's something that I'm going to suspect probably have never been taught. It's actually not your voice, it's your buyer's voice. And so that's a big, big mistake that so many women in business make because there's a lot of bad information out there, unfortunately. But that changes today. So that's the good news. So as a VA, save yourself time, save yourself energy, save yourself the frustration of going back and forth with the, woman who you're working alongside, and you increase the likelihood of getting it right the first or second time rather than the seventh, 11th, or maybe 30th time, right? And then here's the other thing. If you're a woman in business and have a VA, bring her. Bring her along to this. This would be a perfect opportunity for you to learn together, to go through these exercises together. And it will, I promise you, it will speed up the efficiency and the effectiveness between how you two work together. If you don't have a VA, no worries, all good. This is still for you. And if you're a VA who is not serving a woman in business yet, no worries, all good. This is still for you. So here, this is the most important part of this whole entire video, is what you're going to take away, okay? Over the period of the 4 Mastering Your Market series. So you're going to take away the exact words and phrases that your ideal client uses when they're looking for solutions, not what someone else's, not the cookie cutter stuff. And it's like, oh, you need to look in, and really understand their demographics. And, and if your demographics is a professional woman, you need to speak to them like a professional woman. That's way too broad. We're going to get narrow and we're going to get deep. And I'm going to show you exactly where to find and how to find the language that's going to resonate with your buyers that significantly increases the likelihood that you're going to get that sales yes that you've been looking for. You're also going to decode the difference between what they say and what they'll actually pay for. So I know I have talked to so many women in business, and this has happened to me before as well. And it's like, they say they want your solution, but they're not willing to pay for it. Want, right? Like that is the most at least for me. I don't know if it's for you, but for me, that is the most frustrating. And it's like they want to work with you, but they're not willing to pay. That's all going to change, okay? Because I'm going to show you how to garner that exact same language that gets them to the sales yes. Matter of fact, I'm going to even go a little bit deeper to where they're reaching out to you and saying, how do I work with you? So that it's going to reduce the number of times that you have to have that sales conversation. What I'm about to show you through this 4-part series is that powerful. Now, how cool would that be? You show up to your office and you check your inboxes and you have a message or two from your ideal client going, hey, I've been watching your stuff. I've been reading your material, and I want to know what's next. I want to work with you. Huh? Like, right? Isn't that the dream? I'm going to show you exactly how to make that happen. And you're going to position yourself in a way that just feels so obvious and so irresistible to your buyers, all right? Because you're going to speak their language. They're going to know that you understand them. And all of the language, I'm going to show you how to incorporate that into your current offer. You're not going to have to make a huge overhaul in your offer. You're not going to have to make these huge, you're not going to have to scratch your website and start all over. It's making these little adjustments that make the biggest impact. I'm going to show you how to do all of that throughout this series. Okay. And saving time, like, right? Who doesn't want to save time? I promise you, this will save you. It's going to save you weeks over the course of a year. It's going to save you weeks. I don't know about you, but that sounds really appealing to me. And it's also, think about the emotions, when you're sitting at your desk or you're having a conversation with your virtual assistant and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, we've spent so much time and energy on this and it's still not working, right? All of that is going to be significantly diminished because you're going to be doing market research in a way that's vastly different than you've ever done before. in a way that you've never done before. And you're going to speed up the efficiency and effectiveness when it comes to not only creating the messages that resonate and convert your buyers, but also how you communicate with your virtual assistant if you have one. All right. And you're immediately going to execute your new skills. I'm going to show you what that looks like here soon. No more wondering, worrying, and praying. Whenever you throw something out, you're going to know that it is going to create the result that you wanted it to create. All right. So, whatever your call to action is, you're going to get traction with that call to action just by making these few little adjustments that I'm going to show you over throughout 2026. Okay. And then I have a few little bonuses that I'm going to throw in there to make it super fun. But I'm not going to tell you what they are because if anybody knows anything about me, I love to give surprises. And so I've got a few little things up my sleeve that I'm going to be sharing throughout the year, but they are more than triple the cost of this entire series of the bonuses you're going to get. So might as well give the first one away, the first gift away. And so become an affiliate. It's super, super easy. In one click, walk through just a handful of steps, and you can become an affiliate so that if you sell this particular product to your business besties or someone, you automatically get a return on your investment. Automatically. You don't have to pay to be an affiliate, okay? But you automatically get a 30% commission. So why not take advantage of that very first gift when it'll take about less than 5 minutes of your time? So that's a pretty good return on your time investment. There's no gimmicks and there's no limits. If you get 10 women to sign up and you get 30% commission, guess what? You're coming to this thing at no charge. Not too shabby, right? So anyhow, I'm going to make it super easy. Since this is a virtual sales letter, you'll be able to get that link, the easy button. I'm going to put the easy button right in the message, the copy or the words, if you will, so that you'll be able to take advantage and sign up to be an affiliate. And the question is probably going to be, well, what if I'm unable to come or I'm not going to come? You can still be an affiliate and earn some passive revenue there. So even if you don't plan on coming to this event, that's fine. You can still be an affiliate and take advantage of that 30% commission. All right. Okay, so how this is going to work, this is what it looks like, all right, broken down. So each session is going to be, they're 3 hours long. And I know some of you just went, 3 hours? I don't have 3 hours. I'm going to show you where you are actually spending, and I should say wasting way more than that. So it's better to spend 3 hours knowing that you're getting it right than to spend countless hours and countless weeks tied with all the negative emotions and the back and forth and all of the different things and the wondering and the worry and the praying. Trust me, it is well worth 3 hours of your time every single quarter. And so I'm going to do 60 minutes of training. This is where I'm going to guide you through a method of market research that you have never, ever experienced before. You're going to go deep down some rabbit holes, okay? And you are going to learn so much about your buyers. The very first workshop, your mind is going to be blown and you're going to say, why didn't I know this? Why did I not know this information yesterday? Why did I not know this information when I started my business? I guarantee you, your mind is going to be blown and you're going to learn things about your target market. You're going to have so many light bulb moments, those aha moments, and you're going to go, oh, I was so close, because that's typically how it goes. You're so close. And just by making some minor little adjustments, putting in their exact words makes the biggest difference. So you might be thinking, well, I can just go to to AI and they'll tell me the exact words that my market is speaking. And I'm like, eh. So the analogy that I gave when I was talking to someone about this morning. So you might be like, oh, I'm really hungry for a steak. Oh man, I don't like steak. So why that? Why that analogy popped in my head, I have no idea, but really, really hungry for a steak. And McDonald's just rolled out with a mixed steak. And so you go to McDonald's for a mixed steak. But what you really want is that $100 whole experience, fine dining, eating a filet that just melts in your mouth with every bite, right? And so AI is going to give you the mixed steak. So just saying. And I'm going to give you the fine dining, the $100 melt in your mouth steak that you are actually craving. Because I don't know. I don't even know if McDonald's has a mixed steak. I literally just made that up when I was having a conversation this morning. But so anyhow, you get the point. And then we're going to do some 2 hours of co-working. This is where rubber hits the road because once again, remember all those trainings that you attended, all that information that you gathered, how much of it have you actually implemented? If you're like me, not much. So that changes. That changes with this. But the good news is I'm right there. I'm right there. So when you're going down these rabbit holes and you're not sure if you're stuck, if you should detour, turn around, go deeper, I am right there. You're going to be able to ask me. You're going to, I'll be able to guide you through. I'll be able to help you if you need to like revise some of the questions that you're asking and some of the places that you're going to ask the questions, because this is what I get asked a lot is, find out where your target market hangs out online. Well, how do I get that information? I'm going to show you. And it's not the same for every target market. All right. But I'm going to show you exactly how to extrapolate that information so that you can go and hang out in the places that they're hanging out in online or in person, because I know I do. I have an in-person speaking engagement Saturday. And so, where do they hang out in person? Where do they hang out online? I'm going to be able to show you exactly where your buyers are, exactly where they're hanging out, and you will no longer have to ask the question of, how do I find them? Where are they? I'm going to show you how to get that information for your buyers, not for anyone else's buyers, but for your buyers. Okay. So the first one, we're going to start January 28th. It's rocking. So today's the 19th. Nope, I'm sorry, the 15th. I looked at the calendar wrong. And so time is fast, like we're ticking close to the 28th of getting this party started. And so I'm going to show you how to be their mirror. And that's exactly, I want you to think about that, like having a conversation through your messaging, through your content, through your videos, through everything. Your buyers should feel like they're watching themselves in a mirror or reading themselves in that post or having those moments where it's like, that's me. That is exactly me. Like what she is saying or what she is doing or what she's experiencing is me. That's the beauty. That's the magic. And that's when you get to serve more clients, when you are their mirror. Then we're going to go on and I'm going to show you how to incorporate that language. Now, market research isn't something that is done. There's going to be some homework associated with this. Okay. It's not going to take you hours and hours and hours. All right. But in between the quarters, there is going to be some homework and you're going to be doing some implementation and you're going to be doing some A/B testing and different types of things. So every one of these builds on the next. So you have to come to all of them or it's not worth it, honestly. Okay. You've got to attend all four to really get that maximum, for one, return on your investment. And for two, to really go deep down this with market research in a way that is going to pay off dividends. Typically, you will see an immediate 5 to 7x return just on doing the first just the first session, you're going to see typically a 5 to 7x return. The benefits are going to pay off pretty much immediately. As long as you implement what you've learned, and throughout that co-working time. So this is a great time if you have a VA. Once again, you can have conversations. You can share screens with one another and go down these rabbit holes together, and definitely learn a lot about your buyers. Okay, I'm going to show you how to incorporate that language and find out more about the language that gets your buyers to them to say yes much more quickly, much more effectively, to where they're actually sending you those messages, they're sending you the text, they're picking up the phone, they're walking in your store, they're sending you direct messages, whatever it is, and saying, I want to do business with you. Okay. We're going to go deeper into their buying behavior. All right. So, I've heard this said 1,000 times. People make buying decisions on either logic or emotions. Really? That's it? There's no other and nothing else? I'm going to show you that there is lots of other reasons why people buy. All right. Sometimes it's out of necessity. But once again, do you know that about your market? And if you say, yeah, I know that about your market, my question is how did you extrapolate that information? Is it something that you've done market research on? Is it something that you've asked your market or whatnot? And is there more? Is there more to their buying behavior other than buying on necessity, emotion, or logic? Chances are very high that it's much more complex than just those. Okay. So, going to show you exactly how to extrapolate all of that information. And for every one of these, you'll see that there is an ROI and an outcome that you can expect. And so right here, easily save 2 to 3 hours a week with this one, and shave weeks and countless hours off of your entire year just with the second one. And this one right here, 10 plus hours a month. So now, does 3 hours a quarter sound so bad when it's saving you so much time? How much is your time worth? Have you ever sat down and actually calculated just how much you're worth per hour? Might be something to think about. And then the last one is the evolution of your market, because you know what? We change. Ha! Surprise. No one's surprised. Your market's going to evolve. It's going to change, and it's going to, lots of different things impact that. And we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what the future brings. So I'm going to show you how to keep up with the times. When it comes to all of the things that you've done with your market, I'm going to show you how to keep that going and keep up with the evolution of your market so that you're never behind the 8 ball ever again. You're never stop, you're never going to be sitting there going, I don't understand. Like, I'm doing everything the experts have taught me, everything my coach taught me, everything that I've read, I've watched so many videos and nothing is working. You don't have to experience that ever again, because I'm going to show you exactly how to keep up with your market. So, see, little here, tech gremlin. All good though. So it's, just as important as to know if it is for you, it's just also as important for you to know if it's not for you. So if you're a boy, no, sorry. Love my husband, don't want to work with him. And if you're in the stage of where you're still trying to figure out what to sell, this really isn't for you. This is for the woman who has an offer. She's created an offer. She's just not selling her offer as much as she would like to. Okay. If you're looking for those quick hacks and formulas and cut and paste kinds of things, this is not for you. And if you're not willing to do the work, this is not for you. This will not work unless you do the work. I can't say it any more plain or candid than that. So, and if you want somebody to tell you what to say, once again, this is not the series for you. All right. So if you have an established offer, you're creating content regularly, but it's just not converting in the way you would like, that you have Look, now listen, how many times have you done this? Rewritten your website or bio or a sales page more than once, right? Because you're trying to figure it out. What's going to work? Is this iteration going to be the one that works? You're not going to have to spend time doing that in the future, because I'm going to show you exactly how to incorporate the language of your buyers into all of those elements and many more elements of your business, so that you don't have to waste time continuously rewriting. Now, are there always going to be moments when you have to make little adjustments? Yep, because that's business, right? None of us have a crystal ball. None of us know what the future holds, and it's an evolution. Like our buyers evolve, and new new competitors enter the market and change things up, so we got to change things up to meet the needs, and all of those different kinds of things. So but once again, you're going to have such a strong foundation of everything you need, to not waste time, energy, and maybe even money. Because especially, like, think about the money that, if you're a woman in business who has a virtual assistant, how much money does it cost you going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, trying to land on content or messaging that you're comfortable approving? Um, that all changes. That all changes. And so, like I said, what used to take you maybe upwards of 30 iterations is now going to take you one or two. That's a huge savings right in and of itself. So the other piece of this is business development. So it's a tax deductible investment. Now, you always want to ask your favorite tax consultant just to be sure. I will tell you, in almost 13 years, I have never had a tax advisor say that my services weren't tax deductible, even internationally. So, but once again, if you're unsure, please check with your favorite tax advisor just to make certain that you truly, because once again, that's a return on your investment, right? It's like, oh, this is a business deduction, and that's a return on your investment right there. So think about it like that. So there's lots of different options here, and so if you're a woman in business, optimize your cash flow. I've offered three different opportunities, and three different payment plans. And so the paid in full, the quarterly, and the monthly. And once again, all those links are going to be really easy for you, to decide, which one of those suits best for your cash flow. For virtual assistants, there's multiple seat discounts. So if you actually have a firm, and that provides virtual assisting, to businesses, this is a great opportunity for you to capitalize on a multi-seat discount. And so all the way up through, there's paid in full options. And if there's just one VA, 3 to 5 VAs, or 6 or more. So obviously, if you have a firm and you send 6 or more virtual assistants, you're going to get a price break for that. So there's a multi-seat discount there. Once again, going to make it super easy for you. All the links are going to be available. And then if you're a woman in business and you have your VA, going to cut you a little price break there. And so there's a paid in full, a quarterly payment, and a monthly payment. Bring your virtual assistant if you have one, and get that price break so that you can both come learn together, become more efficient and effective working together, and save yourself heaps of time, energy, money, and save your emotions, right? Because, going through, even 5 iterations can be like, oh my gosh, we're on the 5th iteration and it's still not working. When we can handle 1 or 2 iterations, right? So think about that. All right. So now down to the frequently asked questions. And, do I need to be advanced in business to join? No, but you do have to have something to sell. So you have to have something to sell, and you just need to be committed, and you're willing to do the work. All right. And if you want more clients, this is the perfect place for you. But this is not for those women who are still trying to figure out what to sell. All right. And is this for online businesses? No way. brick and mortar, doesn't matter. Whether you sell a product, whether you sell a service, whether you're online, in person, hybrid, doesn't matter. This will work for you. If you don't have a VA, like I said, no worries. Come, no, all good. And is this live or recorded? So here's the thing. Like I said, you got to be here, or you are just going to miss out on that return on your investment. All right. Now, I understand that things happen and all of that. However, you got to make the commitment to come to all 4 sessions. All right. That's where you're going to maximize your ROI, which I don't know about you, but if I'm going to be spending money and investing in my business, I better get an ROI. Right. The trainings will be recorded. The work sessions and implementation, the co-working and the implementations will not. Those will not be recorded. And then recordings are going to be available for $17 USD each. So anyhow, so there is opportunity there, but get the bang for your buck and just plan on attending all 4 sessions. All right. And so once again, this is something I know time is valuable. Believe me, time is precious. So how much time does it take? Yep, 3 hours a quarter. Absolutely. There is going to be some homework. It's not going to be hours and hours and hours. I promise you that. But I will tell you, this is something that I have yet to find any business coach, or any coach for that matter, talking about the number one most important revenue generating activity that you can do in your business is market research. All right. And I'm going to prove that to you throughout this series, and you will never look at market research the same. And so by going through this series, you're going to save weeks, and that's countless hours throughout the course of a year. And the more proficient you get at market research, that benefit compounds. Because and then in 2027, you're going to save yourself even more time. And in 2028, you're going to save yourself even more time. In 2029, you're going to save yourself even more time. Do you see how? So that time saving compounds the more proficient you get at market research. All right. And then this is a question I get all the time. What if I've tried market research before and it didn't help? Well, what kind of market research were you doing? Because I suspect, although I don't know, that it wasn't customized to you, but I guarantee you this will help your business. Guarantee it. All right. You're going to pull real language and turn it into real business assets, and you're going to use them immediately. No more hoping, no more guessing, no more wondering. And so I will tell you that 100%, I got 9 new individual coaching clients in 2025. And the price ranges are there, what they paid me. Every single one of them, 100% of them asked to work with me. Everyone. I did not have one sales conversation that I initiated because I didn't have to. So that's, I guess, anecdotally proof that this works. And you might be thinking, yeah, it worked for you because, but that's always what happens, right? Like you go to all these experts out there and it works for them, but it's not going to work for you. Well, yes. And I hear what you're saying and I hear what you're thinking and I understand it because I've thought those same things. I've said those same things and I've experienced those same things. But it's because no one has ever showed you how to do market research like I'm about to show you. And it wasn't customized to your buyers. Okay. That's the most critical and important piece so Fiona is the name of my buyer. Where my Fiona hangs out is not going to be the same places that your buyers hang out. There may be a little crossover if there's a few things they have in common, but and how Fiona makes buying decisions is not going to be the same as the way your buyers make their decisions. All right. So I'm not going to teach you about Fiona. I'm going to teach you about your buyer, not my buyer, your buyer. So you don't need to learn about my buyer because it's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with your business and it's not going to make a difference in your business. I'm going to teach you about your buyer, and that's the difference. And And so how do you know if you can really help me? You may be hearing and learning about me for the very first time, and I get it. Trust is earned, it's not given, and I understand that 100%. So the carousel isn't really going to be working because of my little tech gremlins. That wasn't really the tech issue, but the virtual sales letter is getting kind of long and I don't want to prolong it too much longer, but I guarantee my work. I will fix it. I will move mountains to fix it, or I will gladly refund every penny. And I stand behind that. And now you have it in a video so you can come back and show me if I ever get it wrong. All right. So, and then there's just a few little credentials about me. If credentials are something that's important to you, it's not necessarily important to everyone, but if the credentials are important, there's a little bit about me. And so I hope that you will take advantage of this opportunity. And once again, I'm going to, I tried to make it as super easy as I could. $97 a month investment really helps with the cash flow, really manageable, all the things. I thought of all of the little details and I tried to remove every single barrier because it's that important that you're here and that you show up and that you're committed to doing the work, so that you can wake up and have emails, direct messages, phone calls, texts, whatever those are, of clients who are saying, how can I work with you? I want to do business with you. And so that you can learn to speak the language of your buyers, so that you become the no-brainer option for them. You're no longer competing on price, and which happens so much in business. And it's like, well, I'm going to go with the cheapest one. It's like, well, if I'm comparing this woman to this woman of who I choose to do business with, I'm going with the lower priced one. You no longer have to compete on price. You will not be adjusting your prices except up. No discounts. All right. And I'm going to show you how to get those premium pricing, get those premium clients, and how to attract those for your premium offers. All right. And then the best thing about this is going into 2027, I got to go back to this, is you're going to be so poised to start 2027 in a way that you have never started a year in business before. I guarantee that. All right. So, I hope to see you on January 28th. Once again, take advantage of that affiliate, because I mean, who doesn't want a 30% commission, right? So really, really think about that. And so it's $1,000 investment to come. I'm not good at math, but that's a $300 commission that you earn. So not too shabby. You bring in 2, 3, 4 women to come alongside of you with this, and voila, your package is more than paid for. You got some little extra cash in your pocket, and you have just done your business bestie. You've given them the best gift and the best opportunity for them to start their 2026 off right, and 2026 like you've never ended a year before, and then start the next year. Holy smokes, hang on. Things are about to change massively in your business for all the best ways possible. And the good news is your business bestie can become an affiliate as well, and she can share the love. So there's no limits on that. So take advantage of that opportunity. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you for trusting me with your businesses throughout this process. I cannot wait to see how you've made those minor little adjustments that make the biggest impact in the world, so that you can serve the number of clients that you really want to serve throughout the year. All right. Bye-bye.